Hello artists, how are you today? Stephanie Ani coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here in Six Rivers National Forest near Willow Creek, California. Welcome to the studio. So glad that you are here with us today. Now last week we did a simple pocket page, right? Super simple, just glued on a piece of paper that was folded in half, made two pockets out of it. This one, we were working on two pockets. But I didn't want to do the same old, very basic triangular pocket page. They're very simple to do, very easy to do, and I believe in the video I show you how you can do it if you want to do it. I wanted to switch it up a bit, and there are a bazillion videos on YouTube on how to do a pocket page, going back probably to 8 years when YouTube first started out. It's not a new idea. Just saying. So this floating pocket page though, I don't know if I've seen many of these. And I had actually done this first as a dual floating pocket page. And then I ended up adding, sewing them together and making it into three. It just felt better. I had put eyelets on each one at the same spot. So they really did fit together beautifully. And the craftsmanship really worked out perfectly the way that I did it. Super happy. Now I personalized this to myself, and I expect that you would do that with your own altered book, right? There's no sense for you to use some magazine picture that has no relation to you whatsoever. The more personal that you can make your art, the better it will be, and I guarantee it. I truly guarantee it. Now, this, of course, is my handsome Oz. If somebody else wants to buy this book, though, this picture can be easily removed, right? I just have to undo those jump rings. They can put their own picture in there that they want to. I would suggest that you put in a picture of a place that you want to go, or a place that you want to see, right? So this little says, possibility begins with imagination, which we know is absolutely true. She dreams of faraway places and daring adventures. I do that all the time. I am a traveler. I'm a wanderer. This is just a piece of sparrow clip art, and I've backed both of these on the cigar box, the little cedar planks that they have in cigar boxes. They work great, but you can use anything. Use a piece of scrapbook paper, use a piece of, like the Tim Holtz wallpaper, whatever you want to back your photo onto. Just do it. Make it something that's personal to you. All right, then we have three pockets here, right? 1, 2, there's three. Over here we say, live in the moment. The mountains are calling, I must go. The key says journey. And then this little back tag says, I have decided that this will be a very good year. This tag says excellence, and this one says, blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. And this is my map of California to Alaska, but it's an old-timey map, which I made even more vintage, and back that again with the cedar plank. Oh, let's show you this. This background was super simple. It's very, very easy. Okay, you just have to have the right tools, and you can make it. It's the brown wrapping paper that you get out of your Amazon boxes, or it might be like brown butcher type paper. Is it that? I don't know if it's that same consistency or not. Brown paper bag would work, it's just thicker. So we're looking for a little bit less thick consistency. And the technique we used on it is some shimmer sprays and some archival inks and some StazOn ink. Isn't it gorgeous? I did also make these extra little elements. This was going to be, for my Alaska trip. So I put in a map of the United States, and I made a back for it. And you will see that. And then I found an old-time map of Alaska. I'll go to Alaska next year. There just wasn't really time for it this year, and it's a long, long, long drive. It would take 3 weeks to do it properly, and I just didn't have that time to spare. Anyways, so I came back to do the 30 times 3 and to do like 40 videos in July. Okay, real quick, guys, the contest information is in the video and in the comments. and then also the contest prizes that for the Saturday edition. The contest runs from July 1 to July 30th. The prize edition will be also on the channel today for Saturday. Okay, guys, I hope you have a great day. We will chat soon. Bye. And we are going to do double floating pocket pages. What? We are. Now, it's super easy to do just a standard pocket page. Science. All you do is you fold your pages down, you tear off your page here. Super simple. You give this guy a tear here, and then you glue them down or put them down with brads, and then you can do something, whatever you want to with the background. It is that easy to do a double pocket page. Super, super, super simple. Basic. But we always want to take it a step beyond basic. If you know me, you know that, right? I do not believe in just doing a basic pocket or a basic thing. You know, always wanting to push myself to make as cool of projects as possible and to share those cool projects with you. So I had these 4 pages in between the ocean and the birds. And, you know, I was going to do a simple pocket page. I'm like, good God, they can see that anywhere they want to. That is not new or unique. But what if, since I have these 4 pages plus the 2 backgrounds, what can I do? So I started playing, and that is how this concept came about. So we are not going to, you know, we want to get these fairly close to each other, but it doesn't have to be measured perfectly. I will probably go and trim that little bit right there because that will bug me. Because I do always think about my craftsmanship. Now, what is this? This is the back of this page, the back of this page, and then we have 4 doubles, meaning 2 pages glued together. Double, 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 double. Now, the reason why I went ahead and did this was because, you know, we're kind of beyond just doing a single page spread. So I wanted to make sure that we were doing something interesting, unique, fun, and exciting. Oh boy. Okay, so you see where we're at? Now, if you take a look here in these seams, they're all looking a little fragile to me. And honestly, I think we should put some fabric down here before we do much else. I will be putting paper down. You'll see, you will see, you will see. But I think I want to put some quick just reinforcement in here because it never hurts to reinforce a book. Never, ever, ever. Especially since we're going to have, you know, kind of cool pages coming up here. We want to make sure that our book is staying healthy. So what I'm going to do is put some fabric down in here, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, bye. Okay. So I've showed you how to repair books before. You know, I could have used the cheesecloth, but sometimes the cheesecloth kind of splits apart a little bit. So we're using some heavier calico. I believe this is some sort of calico, or it's a cotton fabric. A little bit stiffer. This will add some bulk to our seams, which is not always a good thing, but we should be okay. Our book is still not very fat. There hasn't been a ton of construction to this, so we're in the safe zone, I think. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna do here and here. I wonder if I can do that while this is drying. Okay, I have 3 layers of fabric in here, but what I did was I put my little extra cards that I had in here, so hopefully it will push and protect, so that way I can keep going with my next step. My next step, at least get page 1 glued down. So This is not brown paper bag. This is Amazon packing paper. So it's like a brown craft paper, or more of the lunch bag type texture. I'm kind of doing it into strips. I don't know if I should be doing it into strips or squares or blocks or whatever. But we're going to take our Mod Podge here. We're going to be a little bit careful because we don't want to mess up our ocean. Got a new jar for my Mod Podge. Save my jam jars. I want that with a line through it. Hello, artists. Okay, I did jump ahead a couple of steps because it's really just busy work. Once I had all of the brown paper down with the Mod Podge, here and here, so we're doing flaps. Boop, 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 flap pockets. Once I put all the paper down, I let it dry, and then I trimmed all of the edges. Now, a lot of those edges ended up being kind of white, so I went around first with the Timber Brown Stays On and kind of gave myself a nice starting point on all of this. But then here on the inside, the Timber Brown wasn't covering very well. It's probably an older one again. I use my Timber Brown a lot, and I do mix it in with other colors pretty often, so that's probably part of the problem. The pad itself is a little bit dried out. So I think the last time I went to an actual craft store, I was looking for the Brown Stays On and they didn't have it. So that's why this puppy's all dried out. Ugh. Okay, so I did that so that you don't see white. Then once that was done, what I did was I took all 4 pages like this, like that, so that they all will have the exact same holes lined up. It was super easy. I took my, this is actually a leather punch, so it goes through things super simple. I counted out how many rivets that I have of the right color. I have, I believe, 18, so I made actually 14 holes. Yes. Did I do that? Yes, that is exactly what I did. Okay, so now what I'm going to go through is go through and put my eyelets. They're eyelets, not rivets. Sorry. Somebody's a really good stickler about that. I kind of don't care. You know what they are. You know, don't be picky about silly things that don't matter. It's kind of my take on rivets versus eyelets versus, you know, the other things they called grommets. I mean, there's a lot of different names for these damn things. Oh gosh, please let me have gotten the big enough hole. Oh, you don't want to make the hole too big, but then again, you don't want to make it too small. And that is what we're gonna do. So you take the pointy side down and you push it through. Super simple. Now it doesn't always make like a real beautiful back here, but that's just kind of the nature of using eyelets. For those of you who are picky about using the right terminology. So, as you can see, this is a little bit of a time-consuming, fumbly process. This is an eyelet setter. I believe it comes in a set with some eyelets. I personally do not like the crocodile. I have a tendency sometimes to call it the crapodile because, to tell you the truth, I find it, the only time I'll ever use a crocodile is if I'm trying to get to an inner spot that this thing won't reach to. And the reason why is because I just don't think it's a friendly tool, honestly. I think it's kind of a pain in the behind. And, you know, no offense to anybody, but I personally do not like that particular tool. I think they have a tendency to break. I think they are not too swell. So it's kind of necessary to have one though, in case you have something here in the center. And then it does its job eventually. They're hard to line up, they're hard to, you know, see, they're kind of hard to maneuver sometimes. Anyways, I'm just going to continue setting these eyelets just like that. Okay, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't. I haven't really done this before, but we're going to try to make something cool. Here is pure sunshine. I got sunshine on a cloud. Hi, buddy. What you doing? I know we didn't go to the river yet today because it's a bazillion degrees out. I thought you were gonna let me get away with it. I thought maybe I could get away with it. Not taking you to the river. You're gonna make me do it now just because I started videoing. You've got to come and talk to me about it, don't you? He does. He waits until the moment I start talking and working, and then he likes to come over. You should have seen him in Ace Hardware today. He had so much attention. He loves going into the hardware store. What happened? Okay, good. All right. So we are starting with a nice warm undercolor. That's beautiful. Oh, he's back down. Cool. This is the post boxed color. I don't know what color that is. Reddish? This squirter doesn't work. Oh, it's never been used. This squirter doesn't work. Right out the gate. Ay, ay, ay. That one doesn't work. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't work. Oh, that one does work. Oh, nice, nice. Come on. Wow. Okay. So, take our fired brick and see what happens here. Hello, artists. Okay, so as you know, I stay open to evolution. This is one of those moments where I need to be open to the evolution. And, you know, it's like, oh, the inside of this is so beautiful. It truly is. But wouldn't it be unique to have 3 pockets here instead of 2? And wouldn't it make more sense for the piece itself? Plus, that's exactly how I set up these eyelets. So, we're gonna do some stitching. Now, I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? But, you know, it actually makes a lot of sense to do it. I have this beautiful leather here. Now, it's not super thick, but it was originally intended, I think, for necklaces that I was making. I make jewelry also. I need to get some of my jewelry up on the Etsy store, that's for sure. I think you guys would like it a lot. So much to do, so little time. That one I love.
Goes with that page though. And it goes with that page.
Dropping stuff. Some fabric. What does that smell like? It smells like a store.